Hello everybody, I'm Eric Holmgren, your local historian, and today I am at the Bradford House in Placentia, and I'm talking with Lynda Baker. Good morning, Lynda, how are you?
Doing very well, thank you, and welcome to our home.
Well, nice to be here. It is a lovely place. Can you tell me a little bit about the room that we're in?
Yes. If on a tour, they would be coming in the front door, and that is where special guests would be coming in. And as you come in, you see the beautiful woodwork that's all around. And it's said that Mr. Bradford hired shipbuilders from the port of San Pedro to come and do the carving, because we have the beautiful curved banisters, the filigree woodwork on the columns, and it all came from the mountains. It's Western Pacific hemlock.
Okay.
We also have the focal point of the room, which is the ruby red window.
Okay.
And it was Mrs. Bradford's favorite feature in the house.
What's the significance of the ruby red?
She wanted a window, a ruby red window that was bigger than the one in Madame Modjeska's house.
Okay.
And Madame Modjeska was a famous Polish actress.
Okay.
And she was among the elite in Orange County society.
Okay.
And the window is very special. And Madame Modjeska's house still stands out in what is now Modjeska Canyon.
Wonderful.
The window is special because, and it has this beautiful iridescent glow to it because it contains a bit of gold. And it really means that you've made it in
It was a social status kind of a thing.
It was a status symbol,
Okay.
yes, yes.
And so having one that was bigger than one of your other, people in your same status meant that you were a little bit more prestigious. I guess nowadays it would be having a Tesla or having some sort of fancy car would indicate that you'd made it into the elite.
Her home also is much larger than Madame Modjeska's, which was more of a ranch-style home out in the canyon.
All right. Well, good. And so then with this main entryway for people coming in, this would be where other business people, other high-profile guests would be attending?
No, this would be for social guests.
Okay.
As you move through the house, you will find another entry that Mr. Bradford's business people would come through.
Okay.
But other features in this little area here, the foyer, the entryway, if you will, are this beautiful spinning wheel, which is it's more than 250 years old.
Wow.
And Mrs. Bradford brought it with her when she came out from the East, and it belonged to her grandmother. So it's a special family heirloom that we're very lucky to have.
Now, was Mrs. Bradford spinning wool 100 years ago?
Mrs. Bradford was not spinning anything, I don't think.
Yeah, but it's just the sort of thing that it had been in her family, and so it's an heirloom, something that she would have been using.
And we're very lucky to have it. It was given to us a few years ago by her granddaughter.
Okay, wonderful. What are some other features here in the foyer that are of significance?
Some of the other things that you don't see in today's homes, look at the picture rails around the top, below the ceiling. People needed to hang the pictures from those wood railings because the walls are all lath and plaster, and they would crack if you started hammering nails into them. So in this type of a house, that's the way pictures were hung. Then another feature here is the transom over the door, and that opens, and some of the other doors also have transoms, and that helped with the air circulation in the house.
Okay.
And finally, I think one of the other things to point out in this room are, as you can see in all of the main rooms, are the coved ceilings. And that helped, again, not only is it an architectural feature, but it helped with the air circulation that would move up and around instead of the square corners.
Right, and the significance is, of course, they didn't have air conditioning back
didn't,
then.
no.
So being able to open the doors, windows, transoms, things
Very
like that
important. Yeah.
allowed for airflow back then. Okay, super.
And finally, I think the final thing to point out in here are the pocket doors.
Okay,
And the pocket doors could be closed so that it will shut off the front part of the house. Behind us is the dining room, which you'll see later. But because of the heating, they could close that off, and the front part of the house would not be using the heat.
Right.
And it wouldn't be escaping up the stairs that you see here. And the only heat was in the fireplaces
okay,
in the back part of the house.
okay.
So I think those are the main features to
This
point out
particular
here.
part of the entryway.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a beautiful place for people to come into the house.
Okay, and usually when you have tours today, people are coming in through this
right.
space.
Yes.
Okay,
This is the first thing they see.
wonderful.
Yeah.